Maximus Analysis here for May 4th, 2016. And we see with the ES, we continue to hover. We broke this 2048 level that I posted, and it hovered around there so badly for the entire day. So it was a very choppy session. Going to the 15-minute, you can see it got to 2048, broke down. The next level below that is 2036.75. And it just hovered and hovered and hovered. Again, this was a very choppy session. We'll continue to watch it. Remember, they are still below. I'm going to the weekly. Last week's low of 2058.50. So we'll continue to just watch and see where it goes from here. But the monthly low is actually 2026. So that's something we really want to see happens. Because if we look on the monthly, you'll see how much volume is kind of. Last month was not that much volume at all. So we'll just continue to watch this one again for the ES, and we'll try our best not to be over anxious either way. Now the NQ, similar chop and tried to and held a 4300 level. So we just have to continue to watch that level for the NQ. Again, another brutally choppy day. YM at that 17500 level that we're going to just continue to watch and go from here. Again, they could pop it up. You know, we would rather them stay with over these highs, but it is what it is. The CL, okay, they broke down a little bit. They're right at the 200-day moving average. So we want to see a hold of this 4312 area. Okay, and you can see that it was EIA report today, so you can see if I go to an intraday chart how violent it was to the downs, up and down, just huge movements both ways. Again, we need to hold a 4312 area, or we're going to see 4149. Okay, so we're going to look at some equity names, and we're going to start with Amazon. And Amazon, to me, it needs to show something in regards to continuation on the upside. So again, this week is not nowhere close to being over. We got 2 more full days, but if they continue to show weakness, you got a shooting star here, and we want to see what happens if they have a break of a low. So you know, the top of the gap on the daily is 638.08. Okay, we go back to the daily time frame. That's the top of this gap. And we want to hold that because the weekly level that we need to hold is the 635 area. Okay, so Facebook, again, still at that breakout level that, you know, they're still holding that breakout level of 116.02. And we just want them to stay above that level, okay? Because, again, another one that huge volume last week, but we just want to see where they continue to go. Now, this doesn't mean you short at all, but it's just no volume right now. So if you're in the long, stay in the long, and if you're in, don't go short just because there's nothing going on, because this is just a doji right now. But if they get back into that 110.88 area, then we will look to say, all right, that was a false breakout. Okay, I got some names, Hive and Text, that were requested, actually requested for you guys to submit some names, and that was by Spencer Getz. So the first name that he had is actually Hive. And my assessment for Hive is that it needs to hold above this 583 area. Okay, that puts it around, let me put a marker right here, 583. Puts it around here, and it won't be exact, but you know, close enough. Okay, so 583 is the level it needs to hold. You see you have the continue lows, and they're holding this base right now, basically at $4 range. So if they break below that, we'll continue to watch. And again, this weekly bar will kind of give you some clues, because it's either going to set up to be a shooting star, or it's going to continue for more upside potential. But again, I would even wait a little bit for this one, just to kind of see what happens. Key dates to watch for this are May 20th and July 11th. So just write those down. And another name he had was Tex. So Tex, again, a little bit cautious shorting this one right here, right now, because of how much volume we had on this January 26th date, and I don't know what it was that made it shot up. It shot up so much, and it wasn't earnings. I didn't even look at what type of corporation it was, but I'll be a little bit cautious in regards to that because it shot up like $9. So we have these defined levels right here that you could see they're trying to hold. So again, I would look for support there, but it needs to hold this 2294 area. So we'll continue to watch that one and see what side of the fence they're going to go. And again, the only reason why I'm really cautious is because you could see on this day how much volume came in. You know, and you can see the only type of volume that was, again, you got to know this corporation because they seem to have gaps that are not correlating with earnings. So we'll continue to just watch and see what's happening. But so far they need to hold this level. And again, on the weekly, you can see again they had this huge move up. So I would just watch to see how much into this week's candle they get in regards to percentage wise, this long candle right here. And it looks like they're holding about the 50% mark. So we'll, again, I would willing to wait a little bit to see how this one goes for a target of this 200-day moving average. So again, thanks so much for that, Spencer. And we'll watch again, not trying to be over zealous on any side of the fence because not sure right now regarding the ES. I think Tesla actually reported, and this is the 15 minutes so far for those guys. So we'll see where they open. And again, this is a big pop up, but you know, just hold it. Again, they just need to hold this area, and that at 235. Let's look on the daily. Puts them 235. Only puts them right here. So not much of a gap so far, which I thought there would be more, quite honestly. So we'll continue to watch. I think they have the conference call at 4:45. So I don't know if that's going to move it up or down anymore. So again, earnings can be that way, and we'll continue to watch. All right. So take care, and we'll see you again tomorrow.